Good afternoon, everyone. This is Rob. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you'd please go and type the number 1 on in the questions box. Let me know that you can. I would greatly appreciate it. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Oh, Robert, you're funny. I did see the cats too. I think must have been Amy switching her screen over there. Afternoon, Kevin. Kevin N. Thank you for your thoughts and prayers. Very much appreciated. Morning, Helen. William, good morning. Hey, Jim. Yeah, this week will be better than last week for sure. It started last Monday. I canceled a Key to Be Free Monday night, and it was just from there. Yeah, Robert, that wasn't my dog, my cats. That was my dogs just barking, but that wasn't my cat picture. I am not a cat person. Definitely more of a dog person. Yeah, exactly. Yep. So sorry I was a little bit absent last week, guys, or not present. The important thing to understand is that's why you do what you do. That's the reason for going out and learning how to do this, so that if you have to take time off and you can't be around, then you have no idea that Bitcoin dropped to $28,000, and you don't have to worry about it. You can walk away and do your thing. Definitely doing better, Robert, for sure. Yeah, thanks, Jim. Jim said, no apologies needed. Thank you for the time you give us. Yeah, and I appreciate that. I do. Obviously, no one wants to deal with what I had to go through last week. For those of you that are saying, what the heck is he talking about? My father-in-law passed away last Monday night. So it's been a very, what's the word? Trying. How about that? A very trying couple of days for us. Thank you, Deborah. Appreciate that. Yeah. So, all right, let's go ahead and jump in. I may finish up just a few minutes early today. I'm just waiting for my wife to poke her head in and let me know what we've got to deal with this afternoon yet. But you guys understand, some of you do. It's all kinds of fun now, right? All right, so as we get going here, keep in mind that everything we look at is for educational purposes only. Nothing is meant to be advice or recommendations. Just keep that in mind as we go through today. Here's our upcoming calendar. On the 19th, we've got Inner Circle, which is this Thursday night. Trading You is on the 25th. Monster Market Moves is 26th. Mastering the Trade coming up on June 1st. That's for anybody that is in power option plays. Mastermind Group is tomorrow night. I am teaching that. Power Hour Trading Coaches Playbook each and every Monday and Friday that the markets are open. We go. Market mornings are back on the schedule again. We pulled it off last week, starting on Tuesday because of what had happened. So we talked this morning. So make sure you guys get back in there in the mornings. And then the next Key to Be Free coming up is the 18th, which is this Wednesday. Thank you, Helen. I appreciate that. Thank you, Deborah, as well. All right. And then we've got, you got your followers page here. Make sure you guys are following along with the various social media things that we do. Thank you, Amy, for dropping that in there, the Key to Be Free. So guys, make sure you check that out and get registered for that. It's a good training. I'm excited about what we're doing in there. I'm getting some great feedback, emails, text messages, just all kinds of good, right? So, oh, and there it is. All right. Key to Be Free. So at this point, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and drop in the trades that you guys have done today. Let's go check out and see what you've done. And remember something, I need you to understand, okay? Funded, non-funded, it doesn't make a difference. As far as I'm concerned, it is a trade, right? Profitable, non-profitable, break even, I don't care. It is a trade. The whole goal here is to share what it is that you are doing. Oh, let me get a camera going there. Share what it is that you are doing, gives you a little bit of accountability for it, right? Just be open and honest about it. Because we're going to talk about some of this stuff today, for sure. I'll save that story for a few minutes and we'll go into it. But I had a very interesting conversation this week. And again, I'll share that with you in just a little bit, but it'll pertain to some of this that we're going to go into. right? So what is it you guys have done? There you go. Jeff said 20% on the SPY. I think it was Evelyn called it out this morning. Her plan and execution was awesome, right? The entry on the SPY worked out wonderful, right? You had a good move to the downside using pivots, worked out well. Amazon, we had that one set up as a bearish trade below 22.55. We're at 22.33 right now, 34. Guys, there's a lot of money in Amazon right now. If we got in at 55 and it's sitting at 35, let's call it, that's a 20-point move on the stock price, which is about a 16 or 17-point move on the option price per contract. Very nice. Very nice. Robert S. said Q's puts 58-cent profit in 7 minutes. I'm loving it, Robert. That is awesome. Absolutely freaking awesome. 58 cents in 7 minutes, guys. 10 contracts, $580. Not bad. One contract, $58. There you go. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. All right. So many of you know that Amelia is our head trader here at Wealth Builders. And she crushes it all the time in her trading, right? She sends out 3 candidates a day in her alert, Trade Watch alerts. She sends 3 candidates a day out, and she puts one of the trades on every single day. She puts the trade in. Doesn't mean she always gets filled, right? Doesn't mean she has to trade it every day, and then she sends that detail to me, and we put it in the document for today. So she did a bull put spread today on Visa. Now you'll notice the contract numbers is +3. You'll see 2 greens and 2 reds. Okay. So basically what she did is she got a credit. If it's a credit spread, Amelia took in a credit on this trade. Her credit by buying the 192.5 put, selling the 195 put. It's the bottom set of the box in red at 9:32 this morning. Right? She was able to get a 75-cent credit. At 9:40 this morning, 8 minutes later, almost to the second, 8 minutes later, she was able to get out of the trade by giving 19 cents back. I can do real easy math in my head. If I gave back 20 cents out of 75 cents, I made 55 cents, 56 if we use the exact number, per contract on this trade for 8 minutes, right? And what was Robert? How long was he in for? 7 minutes. You got 58 cents for 7 minutes, guys. Here's the trade that Amelia does regularly. Bull put spread. So she does credit spreads. She does debit spreads. She does do directional trades. She's always shooting for a SPY type trade or Qs, but usually SPY, wherever possible. SPY is first choice, right? She's always looking for that. Guys, I've got so many of you interested in it now. I'm not sure if Sean is in here with us today, but Sean from our office has taken what I do in SPY. He's taken what Amelia does in SPY. He's made some adjustments for his trading strategy, his risk profile is slightly different than mine and Amelia's. So he's made some adjustments in there, and he sent me a written document of it last week. When did he drop it off? Wednesday or Thursday. He had to bring something to the house for us. So he dropped off that written document for it. I looked at it over the weekend. I actually spoke to him about it last week, and we talked about back testing, forward testing, and how to go about and look at it. We talked about creating automatic things that pop up on the screen to show you where the trade entry is and some of that. But I'm seeing more and more people trading SPY, especially those that are coming into the market mornings. SPY and Qs are regular. Now we're starting to hear about IWM. I think Karen asked about IWM this morning, which is the Russell 2000, right? So Jeff, 20% on SPY, Robert, 58 cents on Qs. I mean, SPY Qs, great trades. This one's not, this is Visa, right? But 55 cents, 56 cents, which was a 32% rate of return in 9 minutes, right? 9 minutes. Yowza, right? I like it. You guys like the trades that Amelia does? Give me a 1 if you think what Amelia does is awesome in her trading. I know I am stoked over what she does all the time. Good. Lots of 1s. And some giving many 1s on their line, which is awesome. All right. Good, 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 good. So let's go take a look. Well, let's go take a look at Amazon, since that's one that we called out in power option plays, right? So let me get a pad here. The fib line was 22.58.36, 22.58.36, right? So let's go take a look. So what do we have going on? We've got a confluence of the 8 moving average and the fib line, the -1 inside of there, right? So we've got some opportunity in there. So let's go look at an intraday chart on Amazon, and let's see what Amazon has actually done today. 22.58.36. Gee, I wonder why that's on there. So guys, look, we opened up and we failed. We ran up, we pushed back down. Right here, we closed. As I can make it this big, and that's about it. Let me grab a pen. Might be easier to see it. Yeah, let's use cyan. Why not? Here's the close below. That's our closing price right there, right? Here's our wick. We stretched down. We opened the next candle right here, and what happened? We ran up and we retested that level. Right? If you're waiting for a very specific setup, like I do, this is the setup I'm looking for. Now, the note we had in power option plays said bearish below 22.55 aggressive, which just means take 4 contracts. So we were taking it regardless when it got down to 22.55. No ifs, no ands, no buts. We were in that trade, right? Which probably happened on the first candle. Okay. We dealt with some heat and then it pulled back. If you missed it here, we ran back up again, 10:30 or so, and failed all over again. So you got another opportunity to take the bearish entry right there. If you took that trade, as we stretched up and failed a little bit at maybe 56, 50, well, 55 was our call, right? 55, yes, 55. So if you took the entry at 22.55, right? That's our entry into the trade. You ran all the way down to 18, 20, somewhere around there, right? So if we go and look at taking it a different direction, let's go look at Amazon on pivot points, okay? So we were looking at a move down below 22.55, okay? Could you have taken a day trade today using my entry rules? You found the ideal place to enter, which was at 22.55. Let's see. So that would have been on this candle. Actually, would have been the first candle. Okay. We've been in the first candle. We've got a very specific exit system to use on power option place candidates. And then today we made it down to the pivot point, which was 22.27. That was our support level. And we started to bounce from there. Could that have been possibly an exit for you? Maybe not right at the pivot, which was at 22.27. Maybe you got out of 22.30 and you got in at 55. That's a 25-point move. 25-point move on Amazon today. If you have, see where it opens up. If you have a delta, an option that has a 70 delta, and you had a, let's say you didn't catch all of it, you only got a $20 move. Your option is up $14. Now, is it the most expensive? Is it the most expensive day to trade Amazon? Yes, it's Monday. It is the most expensive day to trade Amazon, but you're trading a $3,000 stock, right? Or, well, not anymore, you're not. It's $2,300 stock. Yeah, they need to, William. I was waiting for another day to see what the bounce was if we redraw Amazon. But it does need to be redrawn. Yes. You're spot on with that. All right. So overall move on Amazon, great move. Overall move, Amelia got on Visa, great move. I guess not many of you had trades go off today. And I know for some, you're up in the air, you're concerned, you're confused, you don't know what to do, right? I get it. And the reason behind it is, or what I see behind it is what's going on with the S&P is not making things nice at all. I mean, not at all, right? So we've got this ugly move. And here's the thing, when I say it's not making it nice, so many people are happy to trade the bull side, the upside, but they're not wanting to trade the downside. Not sure how, confused on puts, don't like trying to make money on somebody else's misery. Listen, I'm okay with it. It's not their misery. It's, if you took the trade, you shouldn't be miserable, right? You took the trade, take the risk, accept the risk, and move on from there. Okay. But we opened up, pushed higher right into the fib line and failed, right? We got down to the 4,000 level and we got to bounce, broke a little bit, but we bounced off the 4,000 intraday, right? Not huge moves, but guys, that's where SPY picking up 20% in just a very short period of time, right? Or 50%, whatever it was, whatever Jeff picked up. Huge profit potential in there, right? But with what's going on with the S&P 500, there is massive, massive fear in the market right now. I mean, it's just been a bloodletting. And the problem is we ain't there yet. We're not done. Oh no, Rob, we got to be done by now. NASDAQ is down. Woo, the NASDAQ. I know. Look at that. NASDAQ hits 30% last week, Thursday, right? Actually, maybe even Tuesday it hit it. Wednesday it hit it. Thursday, the big candle down, it gapped down, ran a little bit further, and that was kind of the catalyst for the bounce. Problem is the bounce took us right back into a moving average, right back into a key level. Are we going to break it? Sooner or later, we're going to break back to the upside. I just don't know if we're there. We don't have capitulation yet. We don't. We don't have fear and people screaming in the streets going, oh my God, what am I going to do? And just giving up. We don't have that yet. We have traders that are trying to take advantage of every dip. They're trying to buy that dip. Every single one. I talked to somebody this week that's probably bought 4 or 5 times on the dip on the markets trying to catch the bounce. Now, it's his strategy. He's been doing it for years. It works well for him for what he does, but he's also a long-term buy and hold. He's holding Apple or Amazon or whomever for years. Holding Amazon for years and still holding on to it right now has become costly when you get back like a third of the value, right? 3,000 down to 2,000 basically, right? So we've seen a tremendous hit on some of those stocks, okay? So, okay, good. So, guys, get an understanding of what's going on in the markets and develop a game plan. When we do market mornings, right, which is our YouTube/Facebook/Twitch show that we do YouTube, the market morning show. I ask wherever possible, if someone has the capability of doing so, give me a trading plan. Tell me what you're looking to do with that stock. If you just tell me, look at Apple today, and you should be doing the same thing here. When I ask for candidates, instead of just saying, Rob, I'm looking at Apple, tell me what you're looking at Apple for. Are you looking at it for a directional trade, a bull put spread, a bear call spread? What are you trying to do? What do you see happening? When I see, I'm waiting for the SPY to pull back to the fib level, and then someone tells me what the fib level is, and roll over, and then my target is X. That next fib, plus or minus, depending calls or puts, but to the downside, a little bit higher, then that would be your target. So in other words, support is down here at 100, you're going to be out at like 101, 102, somewhere around there. You're going to be out higher than the support level is, okay? That plan, it helps me give you a better understanding of what you might be looking for. Because if you tell me to look at XYZ stock, and I look at it and I say, well, here's support and resistance, it may not be what you were looking for. If you say I'm looking at this trade, aha, now I've got something to work off of. And I am not afraid to tell you that I don't agree with maybe what you're looking to do, maybe even to the point of giving you a why, right? So I see what you're saying, but I would look at it this way, and here's why. And I would give you my answer, my reason why I might not do that setup, which you don't have to take. If you like it and you still think it's going to work, it's your money. We're all adults. You make that decision, right? But for me, following a systematic approach and having a plan is going to be instrumental in your success or lack of. Jim said, is it possible we don't have the market fear because some of those traders are not trading Bitcoin instead? I don't know. People freaked out. Guys, listen, I taught for another company for a couple of years on and off while, running and owning wealth builders. And they asked me to go out and teach private clients for them. And I'd show up and I'd do 3-day seminars for them. Kind of the basic market seminar where kind of what a trading you is, right? Over a 3-day period. And I had a gentleman sitting, there were round tables. He was in the table right in front of me. And for the Friday, it was a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. For the Friday day, he never once picked his head up from his computer. He literally looked straight down at the computer the entire day because his little $20,000 investment in Bitcoin, when I say little, I don't mean to belittle it, like everybody trades more than that. But his small $20,000 investment had massively grown when Bitcoin went from 4,000 to 20,000. That day, it had gone from, or that weekend had gone from 16 to 20 or something like that, right? So it was a huge move in the Bitcoin price, and he stared at it the whole day. So traders are focused on it, just like there are stocks. I don't know, Jim. I think the fear isn't there yet because certain things haven't happened. I think it's just not enough pain and suffering yet. And I think with war and oil prices, look, I said it this morning on Market Mornings, $71 to fill my truck up this week. It's the highest I've ever paid in my life, right? I can fill my boat up. Well, God, I don't want to know what it's going to cost to fill my boat up, right? With 265-gallon tanks, that's 130 gallons. Yep. And on the water, it's more money. Of course it is, right? They got you. You got no choice. All right, there you go. So Robert K had asked, how do I access the Market Mornings again? If I go to YouTube, I don't see a live class. You won't see it yet, Robert. You won't see it yet because Sean won't put it up until sometime this afternoon. And we do it on purpose. We don't put it out there too early because then we've had people waiting in there thinking the class is coming today and it's tomorrow and they're still, they're mad because they missed it, right? We've gotten some of those emails. So we put it out later in the day for the morning. So Amy did drop a link in for Market Mornings. So, oh, you saw it, Robert, good. So there you go for that, right? Okay. So with that, let's go back into the presentation. Okay, the number one success technique in trading. Guys, this is a question for all ages, right? And when I mean forever in time, what's the number one success thing that I need to do in the market? Okay. And it's funny, Suzanne, who's someone that works with us, right, had texted me and said, hey, listen, I know that, you're dealing with your father-in-law's funeral. Do you have a topic that you want to use for Monday's Power Hour? We always get it in advance so everybody knows exactly what we're going to teach on. And I had just had a conversation with a family member, right, from my wife Rosaria's family. And we were talking about success. Now, he's a couple years younger than me, very successful guy. He owns his own business. He does phenomenal in his own business. He lives in his business, though. He's like Elon Musk, where he sleeps in his office more days than not because he just can't get away. Doesn't matter how many people he hires. He's got to get it done right, or else he could lose a massive contract. He's very much one of his customers is the majority of his work, right? So he's got to make sure that everything works perfectly there. And we got talking about trading, and we got talking about his business, and he was talking about how committed he is to growing his business, right? That he was committed. And he goes, Rob, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And as he said that to me, I started to think about commitment, right? So what does commitment mean? All right. So I'm committed to make more money, or I'm committed to get to the gym every day, right? Or committed to go and run. I love in the summertime to run, right? I'm committed to run every day. But then you pop your head out the window and you go, it's kind of rainy a little bit, or it looks like it might rain. Do I really want to get caught in the rain? I don't know. And that commitment kind of becomes, what's the right way to say it? It becomes situational. I'm committed as long as the stars align, right? And I said, I'm going to guess, and I'm not going to mention his name because he may be here, but or somebody else that was there may be here that knows him. And I said, I'm going to guess that you really may not be committed to your business. And he took offense to it. Like, what are you talking about? I kill myself in my business. It never stops for me. I am in it 24/7, 365 days a year. I do whatever it takes, blah, 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 blah. He said, how about you in your business? Are you committed? Before this conversation, my answer would have been yes. It would have been. And I turned around and I said, no, not any longer. He goes, what do you mean? Are you trying to sell the business? Is it not working out for you? What's going on? You're very much a concerned friend, family friend conversation. I said, it has nothing to do with it not working or anything like that. But I've moved from being committed to being obsessed. Right? If you're obsessive, it doesn't matter that it's raining outside. You're going to go run anyway. Right? It doesn't matter that you don't feel as well this morning as you would like, or you had a bad night's sleep. You're going to go do it anyway. It doesn't matter that you got other stuff going on in your life. If you committed that in the morning, you're going to trade between 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock, it doesn't matter what else is going on. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't take me literal. Okay. My father-in-law passed away. Sorry, all bets are off the table. That has nothing to do with being obsessed. I'm obsessed with taking care of my family. That's where my obsession lies, right? I did everything I could this week for my wife, my daughters, my nieces, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, my mother-in-law, and family members, to the point that we drove people with us to the cemetery that had no way of getting around. Got them a ride back. They live in Queens, got them a ride back to their home because they had no way of getting around. So I was obsessed with taking care of my family. And I guess for me, I remember the very first time I was asked to present in front of a room. I went to teach for a company called Wade Cook. Some of you may know who they are. And the speaker trainer turned around to me and said, Rob, you don't have the energy to teach a 2-day live workshop. And I turned around to him. His name was Jan. I turned around to him and said, thank you. He goes, thank you. I just told you that I don't think you could do this. I know, thank you. He goes, what do you mean, thank you? I said, all it would take is you to tell me I can, and let me prove to you that I can. Period, the end. Challenge accepted, right? Folks, the number one success technique in trading or anything else that you do is to become obsessed. Now, I'm not, again, you've got to get some clarity here. That doesn't mean you take your sleep time and your work time and left over, you have 8 hours a day. I'm making a number up, doesn't matter what it is. You have 8 hours a day. I'm not saying use 8 hours in trading. That's not what I mean by being obsessed. It doesn't mean give up on your family and your friends and church and synagogue or whatever else it is that you do, baseball, golf. What I'm saying is prioritize that you are obsessed when you are at that position and doing that function, right? How many people do you know in jobs that are there for a paycheck and do an absolutely horrible job? They're at their desk, but every time you walk over, they're kind of tooling around and they move something, the phone goes from here to here, or you walk past their cubicle and they're on the phone and they're texting away, or they're looking up something on Amazon or eBay or whatever, funny cat jokes or pictures, whatever it is, right? That's not an obsession. When I hire somebody, I expect them to be obsessed, or else I don't have a need for that person. When you're here, I need you to be focused on what we do here. Now, again, what does that mean? I want everybody here trading. Sean has his trading computer right on his desk at work. And as we're doing recordings, videos there, you'll hear his trade station go off that a trade has triggered. And more times than I really want to have happen, we've had to stop a video because we had the sound go off of his trade. Now, for me, that's perfection. I don't want him to rely on Wealth Builders for his income. I want him to rely on what Wealth Builders can do for him, not the check that he gets from us every week, right? Yes, he needs to be paid for what he does, but I'm a big believer in what Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, did, where his rich dad paid him very little, and then he complained about it and he took it away, right? Paid him even less, okay? I'm a believer in that. If I can teach you a skill to get you free, right? To give you an opportunity to do what you want to do, when you want to do, how you want to do it, where you want to do it, without any regard for what it costs. That's what true freedom is, right? That's it. So I need you to start focusing on becoming obsessed. And focus is the other word, guys. That's really what it is. It's not distractions. You've got to be focused on what you're looking at, what you're doing, right? Or what does that mean? The telephone ringing doesn't mean it has to be answered. It just means it's ringing right now. A ringing phone doesn't mean answer me now. We've got this great thing now. I bet most of you have it on your phone, probably even in your house. It's called voicemail, right? You don't need to answer the phone. They're going to leave you a message if it's important, right? Oh, I don't recognize that number. Should I answer? Heck no. Leave a message if it's important. You don't want me picking up on a spam call. I have all kinds of fun with that, right? So become obsessed, folks, all right? Become obsessed with trading. Yeah, Robert said, Rob, you're definitely committed to your business and all you do. I appreciate that. Oh, PK said, John Ashcroft asks, are you interested or committed? Right? It's a good question. It's a good question, right? And you're going to find thousands of ways that people say that's the same type of thing, right? The interesting thing was I always felt that I was very highly committed to everything that I do. And I was. Now, am I obsessed with everything I do? No, I'm still not going to go run in the rain. Okay. It's just not going to happen. Okay. I like to run, but I'm not going to do it in the rain. I try to get 3 miles in a day whenever possible, but I'm not doing it in the rain. Okay. Am I obsessed with what I do for trading? Absolutely. Absolutely. I am hell-bent, focused on what it is that I do. Am I obsessed? Am I obsessed from my business standpoint with what I do for you guys and gals? Absolutely. Absolutely. That's an obsession to me, right? I don't need to do this, guys. I could just sit home and trade, right? I don't need to do this. Okay. It's an obsession into wanting to help others do what we do, right? That's what it is. All right. Was that helpful? Give me a 1 for yes, a 2 for no. And if it wasn't, that's okay. Tell me. Tell me. Don't worry. Amy's got the eject button. She won't use it. I mean, she'll use it. I mean, she won't use. All right. Cool. Very good. All right. A lot of new names that I don't recognize, folks. And maybe I should say newer, right? Maybe I've seen part of the name, or I think I've seen it before, but a lot of new names. So welcome if you guys are newer here. Some of the old hats like Helen and Kevin and Erica and William and Robert S. and Robert K. and PK. And this is just the ones I'm seeing right now on the screen, guys. So excellent. Okay. Very good. Very good. So what stocks do you guys want to take a look at today? And if you have a trading plan, take the time and type it out. If you just tell me SPY, I'll look at the SPY. I'll look at it right now and tell you what I see right now. But if you have a plan, I can critique that plan and maybe help you with that a little bit. So what do you guys want to look at today? Let's go see what's happening in the market. Now that I just asked you to write a trading plan, it's going to take a little longer for some of you guys to get it ready and done, right? So Amazon's kind of flattened off right now. Not really much happening in there. Let me switch this back. Got Alibaba. All right, so they're kind of flat today. Let's see, Booking. So Booking is down off of that Fibit, that -136 level. Chipotle, I need to fail below 1297 level. Facebook, nothing there I'm interested in. I want to see Zuckerberg suffer more. Google, I love the position here, folks. Love the position. So Deborah is asking, is that a watch list on the left? Yes, Deborah. So the list on the left, and guys, for those of you that are newer here, those that have been around me for a while, you know, okay? I don't hold anything back. What I mean by that is there's the 20 symbols that I trade right there. I'm looking at them now because I don't know if I triggered you guys to not type in a symbol. Maybe I shouldn't ask for a plan, or you're all one finger typers like me. And I'm doing one finger on each hand now. So I'm improving, right? Or you just type very slow, but this is the list that we trade in power option plays. Okay. It's the tracking sheet that I have in front of me right here, where I write all my details down every single day of what I'm looking at for my plan for the very next trading day. Okay. So yes, screenshot it, grab it, by all means, go for it, right? Go for it. So I like Google a lot. I'm gonna put them on my list for after. Let's see, nothing about Goldman Sachs yet. 302.72 and the 300 level are kind of getting in my way a little bit. Nothing there. Home Depot already had a move and it's done. MasterCard, not really. So Netflix, nope. Nvidia. So I like Nvidia's chart a lot, but I'm a big Nvidia fan. I probably overtrade them too much. There we go, guys. So look at what happened on. Come on. There we go. Now it moves. Okay. Look what that moving average was. Right at the 236 and the 100-point level, that 500 level. We stretched up to that 500 level, and we are down at 475 today. PANW, and earnings coming out on the 19th, so we'll be day trading this one. That is an amazing opportunity. Well, Deborah, I appreciate it. And I'll do my best to keep it right. And if I don't, keep correcting me and I will get it right. But I am very much growing up, when I was in kindergarten, before kindergarten, into kindergarten, we found out I needed glasses. I never could really see. My parents never took me to an eye doctor. And I learned how to guess what I thought it said. So I'll do my best, Deborah, to try to get it right. But if I don't, please let me know and I will get it, but it may take a couple of times before I get it right. Yeah, and I'll gladly call you D, but if you come in as Deborah, I won't remember. We got a couple hundred people in here, so it's a little bit harder to see. So Jim said, do you draw fibs on the VIX? I do not draw fibs on them, Jim, but I do have horizontal lines drawn on the VIX, right? You can see these blue boxes. Those are the horizontals on the right-hand side, okay, that are over there, all right? So, but I do not believe in utilizing fibs on them. Personally, I don't, okay? Doesn't mean they don't work, doesn't mean they're not good. It's just not for me. It's not my style in there. So what the heck is going on, folks? You ain't writing a trading plan that long. Drop your symbols in that you want me to take a look at for you today. Usually I got you slamming them at me. All right, there we go. Karen's got Microsoft in there. Let me switch this out to a different watch list. All right, okay. Hey, the Trip Trio. How you doing, Trip? Let's see, Mr. Softy. They were a $350 stock and now $250 stock. Let's see. Hey, it's Bill Gates, right? There was a time when you would search the most important influencer for COVID, Bill Gates' name popped up, not Dr. Fauci or Bill Gates, right, would pop up, which leads itself to all kinds of speculation of the what and why. So Karen's asking for Microsoft, right? Karen, I'd like to see the break of the 257.62 level, retest and fail, which is this fib line. And then 250.17 is support. So maybe 251, 51.5, somewhere in there as a target. But I need the break, retest, and drop. That's first and foremost. I would have liked the 8 moving average to have been closer. So we'll call this a B trade, Karen, instead of an A trade. But overall, it'll be a decent setup if we get. So today, look for the close below the 257.62. That's always the safest bet, is when we close below it first. All right. I hope that helps. Let me know. Trip's asking for Micron, MU. All right, there we go. So Micron is it's down 89 cents on the day. We were in a neutral bias. We still are in a neutral bias. And listen, Trip, if we can get above the 71.38 today and you get some strength in the markets tomorrow and we get a bounce, look for that next fib line, that 74.41 as the resistance. So somewhere down at 74, 73 and 3/4, 73 and a half as your target. I like it, but I need to close above that 71.38 first. So close above, retest, bounce. All right, IBM. All right, it's the next one Trip put in. All right, so let's pull this out just a little. All right, so IBM had already been in a bullish bias, Trip, and it was a true bull. Now, the lower highs, the first thing that caught my eye were the lower highs, right? But should it concern me? Well, I've got higher lows as well. So it's actually a wedge pattern that's setting up. We also, with Friday's close, we were above the 8 moving average. Today, and guys, this is exactly how I do it. Watch. I'm going to write down 133.28. Right? And this is on IBM. So I'm going to snap that 133.28 on here. After I confirm the number is right. Okay. Now, what am I looking for? I'm looking for the bounce. Okay. The bullish move. So what happened? We got to move up. We closed here and we got a slight bounce right there. So we came off of that 133.28. We got up to about 133.44. Not really a bounce, right? We're like 15, 20 cents. Really not a bounce, right? We closed above, we retested, we bounced. There's the bounce, guys, right? That's the bounce, okay? Now, it's not been a huge move, but it's IBM. You're not going to get a huge move, right? It's just not without some drastic news. All right, so I like the setup that we're looking at a lot today off the 133.28. Package police, package police. Yep, mailman's here. The big dog will let me know. So, guy rings the bell, telemarketer selling aluminum siding or whatever it was. In front of my house is stone. The guy's ringing my house to sell me vinyl siding. Okay, good. And we have a little bit of siding on. And he said, oh, I'm not afraid of dogs. No, it's okay. You know, let me pet her. I said, I'm afraid of dogs. He goes, what do you mean? It's your dog. I said, I'm afraid she's going to rip your arm off. So no, you won't be petting her. No, she won't do that. I said, yeah, she will. She will. And all it will take is one word and she'll rip your arm off. So Trip said he's waiting for the triangle to break on Micron for a longer term trade. Yep, that was that wedge. All right. So there's that descending triangle, right? Lower highs, bottoms holding. Okay. All right. And then AMD. Okay. So AMD closed. It was a neutral bias on Friday. It's still a neutral bias right now. If you can get a bounce off of the 21 Trip, off of that 93 level, great. 99 is target. We've already had a great move on it today, right? So that may be that trade may be long gone for us right now. But that's what I'm seeing. You've got enough room in there. There's plenty of wiggle room in it, Trip. So there's definitely some opportunity there. All right. I hope that helps on those three. And then Robert S. is asking for the Qs. QQQ for afternoon trade. You're welcome, Trip. But also maybe a good bearish entry if it breaks below the low today. Okay. So a couple of different things. When we look at the setup, we've violated, let me see, 299.51 and 12, call it 12 and a half, 13 and a half. Oh God, we don't need a fib in there. We're good. But we do need to look at, we've got a -1. So 78, 80, and 98, 21, points. We don't even need to fib it down here. We're good. 78, 88, 98. That's 20. 1.5. We've got 21.92. So yeah, we don't need it. We've got plenty of room down there. So Robert, I like the setup off the 299.51. Now, when we look at futures, we're down 17 on the ES, 25 on the YM, 130 on the NASDAQ. Right. So we don't have these big, tremendous moves taking place on those positions, right? We're not looking at the 300 and 400 and 500 point move in there, right? But with that, if we can get that push back down, let's unscrunch down. So, which we had. I mean, we've got an A setup in here, right? Definitely bearish opportunity. Could you look at it below the low of today's candle? You could, if you want to step in using the stop just above the high of the day, right? So about 302.25, 302. Yeah, 302, 302.25, somewhere in there, Robert. Absolutely. Absolutely. Plenty of opportunity there, right? Plenty of opportunity there, right? I like the setup. I'd be a little more cautious of anything bullish, of course, but I do like the setup for it. All right. Okay. All right, folks, that was the last candidate that's in there. So it looks like we're good. We're done. All right. So with that, make it a profitable day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, get yourself registered for the key to be free. That is the key. Get yourself registered for the key to be free. You want to talk about focus? You want to talk about obsession? It's right there. All right. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. We'll leave the room open in a couple of minutes. Amy, if you could drop key to be free in there one more time, you guys can click on that link and go ahead and get yourself registered. All right. Take care, everyone. See you soon. Bye for now.